Am I in focus or not? It's better. Hello guys, it's me Zane. And the last time when I made a video, well, that was a long time ago, so I forgot how to do it. So yeah, I had an injury with my fingers with a magic trick prop thingy. That was fun. For 1 week I literally could not do anything. I was working, well, I think there are some workers on the street and I think you can hear that. So that's not very good, but hey, I need to do a video. I need to edit this video also, which is going to be just horrific with this finger. Also, I had injured this finger, but this one is already healed, so that's good. Okay, so today we're gonna repot this succulent, and if you're curious about my other videos, well, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and also don't forget to click on the bell button so you get notifications, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Let's get to work because this plant won't repot itself. Oh, I thought this is going to have that funny noise if I fall in, but it's definitely not. So okay, I'm gonna use these gloves because I need to protect this finger because I don't want to get dirt in my wounds. That wouldn't be really optional. So the first part of this video is me trying to wear these gloves. Okay, do I have like 3 hands or what? Okay, this is definitely weird. Now, where should I wear this one? On my 3rd hand. Okay, so today I thought we're gonna repot my Senecio Rowlianus, which is a hanging succulent. As you can see, this plant is planted in this hanging pot and it hangs down, so yeah. And I think that the medium is old and a little bit inappropriate for this plant, so I thought it's main time for me to repot it since it started to grow. It's growing some new roots, most probably inside the soil. So yeah, at first we have to take it out from this pot. Actually, I will repot it back into this pot because, you know, this is a working hanging pot. Okay, these chain thingies are a little bit rusty, but it gives it a little bit of this antique look, so I'm not worried about that. Also, it's not touching the plant or anything, so it's not that bad. Okay, so since this is a plastic pot, it's going to be easy to take it out. So I just squeeze it and I will try to get this plant out from this pot. And also, if you will notice that I'm holding my hands like this and I'm working like this with my pointer finger sticking out, well, it's because of the injured part. I don't want to put pressure on it because sometimes it starts to bleed again and that's not really fun. So yeah, I was just pointing my finger at everything for 1 week and it was fun, so yeah. Also, I will mention that I did not soak this soil because I don't like that. I don't like to work with soil which is a little bit moist, so I just let this one dry out completely and it will be really easy to work with it. For me, some people say that it's better to work with like wet soil. For me it's not, so we're doing it this way. There is a building site right in front of my house. Whatever, you just have to bear that shit. I really hope there are like no spiders hiding below this rim of— oh shit, it's coming out below this rim of the pot. But I will need to do something with this part because one string is grown into the chain. So I will try to separate it. Okay, this root ball is staying together. This is much harder than I thought it will be. I will need to check this part out also, if it is grown into the chain, but I think it's not. Okay, so in the future, what I will try to do, I will try to train these strings not to grow inside these chain thingies. Is that a chain eye in English? Because in my language it is. Oh, so I found this string. The upper part of it is already dry, so I will just stick this one back into the soil when I repotted it. Well, if you think that untangling the cables of an earphone is hard, try it with this plant. It will make you rethink everything. So on the bottom of this pot, I actually have some pebbles, because when I potted this one up, I put their pebbles because of the holes on the bottom. So I don't need to do anything with that. But I'm repotting this plant because I wanted to change the soil. Well, if I would put it into a bigger pot, I would probably leave a lot of the soil in this root ball, and I would pot up as it is and just put a new medium around it. But since I want to change the soil because I'm not really in good terms with it, I will need to remove a lot of soil from this root ball since I want to change it. So let's just do that. I'm okay with this one right now. So here are the strings, and this is the root system, which is not really extensive, but you know, it's something. So when I repot it back into this pot, I will actually push this upper part a little bit closer together so it will look more, let's say, dense. So yeah, I'm just putting this plant on the side, and right now, since this plant did not have too big of a root system, I will fill up this pot with the soil. Here is the soil which I'm gonna use, and I just made this soil mix freshly right now because I like to make my soil mixes for myself, basically for my succulents and for my orchids. So this one contains a lot of cactus mix soil, then a lot of perlite. As you can see, there's a lot of perlite here. Also, I have some coconut husk pieces, coconut, I don't know what, and also some sand, some leca pieces, some regular all-purpose gardening soil, and basically I just mix those together, and that's that. So the main ingredient is, well, the cactus mix, but you know, I'm using some other stuff too, because I think in my climate and for my lifestyle, this is the best soil. Maybe actually I could have used some more of a moisture retaining soil, but whatever, I'm good with that, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna pour this into this pot. Okay guys, so I decided to make a voiceover since the street was really noisy and I didn't want to ruin the whole video. So yeah, here we go, doing a voiceover while I'm planting this senecio. So I'm just using my pre-mixed soil, this cactus soily thingy, because I think in my environment it works pretty well. So at first, since there was not a huge root system to the senecio, I filled up the pot, like I would say I filled up to 3/4 of this pot, because as you can see that there is not a huge root system to this senecio, so there was no need for creating just a first layer of soil or anything, because the root ball was pretty small. So I decided to do that, and after that, when I filled up the pot, I just put the root ball of the senecio inside the pot, and I just started to arrange and rearrange some branches and stuff. I found actually a few dried branches and the dried pieces there, and I removed that because, you know, I don't really need that there. So yeah, that's what's happening there. Then I started to fill up the pot with soil, because, you know, there were the gaps between the root system and the pot, and I wanted everything to be filled with soil because, you know, that's how you do potting. So yeah, that's a pretty easy concept, I guess. Also, I decided to put some soil on top of the senecio plant, since when I'm watering it and when I'm actually tapping on the sides of the pot and when I'm doing this whole potting up stuff, the soil actually will go down into the holes and it will fill up all the air gaps and stuff. So there is no worries that I buried the whole plant, because actually the plant will surface and the soil will be between the gaps and between anything. As I was potting it, as you can see, I'm pulling on the plant just a little bit, so that will ensure for me that the gaps below the root ball will be filled with some soil. So yeah, that's how I usually do the potting. At first I pot plants a little bit, tiny little bit deeper, and as I'm doing the stuff, I'm just pulling them a little bit out from the pot, so that will ensure a better anchoring for the plant, and I think it works pretty fine. In my experience, it is working as I expect it to work, so yeah, I'm just filling up the pot and that's all. At this point I decided to use some anchoring for this plant, so I have this wiry thingy which is coated with plastic, which will actually prevent rusting, so there's gonna be no harm done to the plant. I decided to bend it into a U shape, so that U shape will be anchoring the plant. I just put it there into the center part of the plant, and I just basically pin the plant into the pot. And yeah, I'm using my fingers very scaredly. Is that a word? No. That's the plant, it's ready and it's ready to use, and I'm using some Vogue hand performance to show you the beauty of that. So okay, Zane, please stop. Okay, that's enough. Please, okay, stop. Thank you. Keep your voguing to your workshops. So yeah, there were some pieces which I managed to broke off from the plant. I'm not like too fussy about them or anything. I just push them back into the soil and that's all. My plant is hanging outside because the weather allows me to put this plant already outside, and I'm really happy about it. Actually, this footage is after watering, so after this footage the plant is actually more plumbed up with water, and I think I will have to water it more than I watered it in the past. I think this plant will have a beautiful life, or actually I just hope it. So yeah, this is my video for today and I hope you liked it. If you liked it, click on the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, well, you surely have to click on the subscribe button. And also don't forget to check out my other channel where I don't post regularly, but you know, what can I do? I have a hectic life. You can follow me on Instagram. See you next time. Bye guys.